He was getting farther and farther behind. Well, I've had my one for today. Doing what?
Oh, broke it.
Doing what?
Just did my whiffer deal. Oh, did you fall? No? It's funny how for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction, isn't it? Hey, I've heard that before.
So I turn the volume for a second. So he's trying to figure this thing out. He can't do it.
It's a science experiment, by the way.
Then he says he's going to go take a break, and that's how he takes a break.
Just standing there.
He just stands there. I'm going to take a break. So then they get mad because this guy needs to come help him. And he comes over here in a second
And
to be the
then
savior.
play the volume when the guy comes over, because that's funny.
Okay. It is hilarious. So now see this white like experiment going on over here?
On
It's
the
like a
left.
little pylon or something.
Looks like it's like, hoisted up or tilted up or something.
This guy comes over here and just destroys it.
That's why we have the LSD enabled on.
Okay, with Jane's rate of oxygen, it might be a good idea to
Watch this guy just trample it.
Like, I'll get it.
So let me come over here and
Let me
forget this experiment.
Plate
See
line.
if you can see what kind of bite you can get.
Soil mechanics also suggested you just try pulling straight out.
Probably $1 million.
Loose in that direction.
Just step all over it.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. See if you can get a bigger.
So they play with this for a while, and then this is where this guy falls. Now remember, if this post goes through your suit or something, you
You're
die.
dead. Yeah.
So, like, we'll get it. We'll float. Float.
Here, let me get my foot down there. You get out. You get Jack. See, that's the key.
That's the key. What is he doing? He's like balancing on that thing. Oh,
Watch how he's like sliding. He's like sliding at an angle,
Get
kind
her way
of.
down there. Okay, now try.
Right out there.
See, we got a couple inches at a
Go.
toe. We're all right. There you go.
Go.
And we have a
Get it.
recommendation on the problem with that
Okay, let me
thing. Is to
put
put the
my
wrench on it.
But when he goes like this, no more from you.
oh yeah.
After.
Right here, he falls.
What problem are you talking about?
He's like talking to your drunk friend.
When you get tired, I'll do that.
The
You
drill
go.
heat core getting it out.
I mean, this is ridiculous.
Better than the
This
drill.
way you can get a bigger.
How can people not see this?
I know. Watch this
know.
part. I mean, this part is so funny because he just tries to take it too far and then falls way over here. And then his buddy tells him, puts his finger up in his face, like, that'll be the last time you do that. Whoop. And
It's because it's
gone.
There you go.
Now watch his buddy go over there and tell him, puts his finger up in his face, like, dude,
Get up.
we don't do
he
that here.
destroyed that entire project.
Look at him.
It's trampled.
We don't
Yeah.
do this on the moon. we act like adults.
But we have moon rocks. I have been messaged with this argument so many times that I have decided to make a short video about it. The number one argument to validate the moon landings, when all logic, real science, and photos and video directly from NASA prove the moon landings were fake, is moon rocks. They even write articles like this one telling you that you are stupid if you question the moon landings because they have moon rocks, and common sense dictates that because we have moon rocks, we went to the moon. We are going to talk a lot about common sense in this video. Now, what happens when someone has the bright idea or the common sense to test these moon rocks that have been given to museums by a U.S. ambassador in 1969? They turn out to be petrified wood, and I will link all the articles from what people consider to be reliable news sources in the information section of this video. You know what common sense tells me? That NASA is made up of complete liars that lie about everything, and when they are exposed, they question your sanity or intellect if you refuse to believe in their lies anymore. They would have you believe that this official government and NASA website picture does not have a Ziploc bag holding a picture of the moon on the LEM landing pad. This is not a photo of a man next to the other picture. This is a reflection of tin foil. Science and heat problems, logic and common sense dictate that if these were photographs, that this picture was not taken on the moon. That is why they say it is a reflection of tin foil. They will tell you that your eyes are lying to you. By the way, if you want to zoom in and out of any picture online or any website, simply hold down the control button on your keyboard and scroll up and down with your middle mouse button. This picture is not manipulated in any way. Check it for yourself. Now, when these lies are exposed, like these petrified wood moon rocks, they use all media to spin the fact that they are liars, like this article in USA Today. They would have you believe that it is okay that this piece of petrified wood given by a U.S. ambassador and insured for $500,000 is not from the moon. They say in this article that of the 135 rocks from the Apollo 17 mission given away to nations or their leaders, only about 25 have been located. By CollectSpace.com, a website for space history buffs and NASA fanboys that has long attempted to compile a list of moon rock whereabouts. They then tell you that this should not be taken to mean that the others are lost, just that the records kept at the time are far from complete. I love how all the plans for the LEM, lunar rover, and now records of the moon rocks are just gone. Common sense tells me that seeing that this was the most important event in the history of mankind, these plans and records would be bronzed. Also in the USA Today article, Jennifer Ross Nazel, a NASA historian, said, NASA turned over the samples to the State Department to distribute, and that we don't have any records about when and to whom the rocks were given. The State Department historian, Tiffany Hamelin, said, the Office of the Historian does not keep records of what became of the moon rocks, and to my knowledge, there is no one entity that does so. Yeah, why would they keep records of rocks from off the Earth? They aren't rare or anything, right? In fact, the Netherlands is one of the few countries where the location of both the Apollo 11 and Apollo 17 gift rocks is known. Britain, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand are others, though no one has rocks from both missions on permanent public display, and some have been kept in storage for decades. NASA keeps most of the 842 pounds of moon rocks gathered by the Apollo missions locked away, giving small samples to researchers and lending a set of larger rocks for exhibitions. This USA Today article then spins facts and tries to say that maybe private collectors have the real moon rocks, and many on display may be fake. Heaven forbid that all these fake moon rocks were tested in every one of these museums, but just in case they would be, NASA is thinking ahead here. I would remind you that the moon rocks on display in the Netherlands that were found to be petrified wood were from 1969. Were presented by a U.S. ambassador and even came with a plaque. They were insured for $500,000 because they were believed to be genuine. NASA is full of it. If you want to believe anything they say, then you are putting your faith in lies. The fact that USA Today and media spins the fact that these rocks are not genuine should lead you somewhere if you have common sense and are capable of critical thinking. Who controls our media? The fact that other nations don't question these things should also lead you somewhere. These people are not smarter than you. They act as if you are an idiot if you see past their lies. You are all made in God's image. We all have gifts and talents and have the same mental ability, though some are stronger in some areas and some are stronger in others. Myself, I have no artistic ability whatsoever. I can't paint. I can't construct music. Do not put your faith in these liars. If you do, some people would question your intellect, but they would be wrong. I know that this has nothing to do with intellect. This is brutal and absolute subtle mind control, where they tell you what to think, how to dress, what to eat, what to drink, what is cool, what is not cool, what music is good, what music is bad. Take a look at the rock band The Beatles. People copied their haircuts, their clothing. When the Beatles used drugs, the entire country and world followed. You are not a mindless sheep or just a number. You have a name. You are an individual and you have a choice. You have a God-given intellect to see past these lies. Please use it. NASA's lies are very, very dangerous. Buzz Aldrin said he saw aliens in space. If you believe one lie, you will believe another and another until your illusion of reality bears no resemblance to reality or any real science. Be capable of critical thinking. Ask yourself simple questions like, are dinosaurs carbon dated? When you see the results, what does common sense tell you? Why do Freemasons, who number just about every president and astronaut, believe the Earth is 6,000 years old? Why does this date show up in their diplomas and on their buildings? It is because they think you are a number and a sheep to be led wherever they want. You are better than that. You can ask simple questions like a child. Questions like, how does a spider know how to weave a web? They would have you believe that it is instinct that they cannot explain. Logic would tell you that this is a complex program inside the spider's DNA. Who programmed it? They destroy your curiosity and corrupt your intellect from the time you are children. They act like they have all the answers. They don't. They are simply manipulative fools and liars, led by the biggest liar and manipulator to ever exist.